All right, Mortal Foibles of the Kings is completed. So now we have the Royal Feast. Advanced difficulty. Mission objective, kill the dragon and receive another great artifact.
This sand is just appalling, sire. It's everywhere, even in my
I hate
ale.
sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I asked some of the senior wizards in the Wizards Guild to look into it, but we were interrupted. A little matter of the dragon. Haven't I told you about the dragon?
No, you haven't told me about any
It
dragon.
must have slipped my mind. Before you fight the demon and reclaim the throne of Ardania, you must prove your worth.
You didn't tell me
No,
this.
Sire, I know royal blood flows through your veins. Unfortunately, our best citizens aren't so sanguine about it. They sort of need you to perform a royal feat.
Isn't defeating the demon
Fortunately,
enough of a royal
dragon
feat?
problem is exactly the sort of feat your
Come on, game.
citizens are
Come
looking
on.
for. As if slaying a dragon wasn't reward enough, sire. He's also rumored to possess another powerful artifact from antiquity. Once Rafnir...
Who?
Yes, the dragon's name is
Oh,
Rafnir.
the dragon's name is
I'm not
Rafnir.
sure
Okay.
why they named it that, Your Majesty.
Well-
I suppose it was easier than saying the dragon with the blue and gold wings. You know, the one that ate Ted.
No, not Ted.
Anyway, long ago, Rafnir ate one of the great kings. I think it was Manfred III. Or maybe it was Manfred II.
Maybe it was Manfred the
Manfred
Fourth.
at any rate.
Maybe it was King Rat the
Anyway,
Third.
At the time of his demise, Manfred the whatever happened to be
Manfred the
wearing
whatever.
Jeebus's mantle, a magical garment of indestructible fabric. If I was a gambling man, I'd wager it's still in the belly of
I
old
don't think
Rafnir.
that's how that works, but who am I to argue with the advisor? Okay. So that was fun. That was a fun thing to read.
At the desert border, Your Majesty, lives Rafnir, the oldest and most cunning of dragons. Keep clear of him as long as possible, sire. If he notices your flag, he'll attack before you're ready. Rafnir is protected by powerful magic, Your Majesty. You must survive as long as possible until my scholars can find a way past his defenses.
Okay, so we're doing a survival thing. This is literally like a coin out of the One Majesty 1 mission with
Behold the dragon,
the
Your
Mighty
Majesty.
Dragon.
There are those that believe these magnificent beasts were completely wiped out
Is that Rafnir?
centuries ago by your
Ooh. No, I want to read.
You
I want to. No, I want to read the thing. Okay, it's fine. You can be mad at me all you want. Let me read your lore blurb. 100 years after the death of Ardania's last dragon, Rafnir arrived, causing quite a commotion. Now he's caused it everywhere he shows up. Boy, that was worth skipping the lore. Okay. It's on pause. Do you mind? You don't want to attack my castle, right? He has 25,000 HP. He also is ridiculously tanky. I just look at his stats. 240, 240, 290. 290! Yeah, I don't think Wizards is going to be what we need to use here. I'm gonna have the clerics for healing.
Good news, Your Majesty. As I hoped, the old witch is still alive. She knows ways of defeating the dragon, I am certain. Send some of your heroes to the north.
I basically want the clerics for healing. I may build a Wizards Guild so I can have a Magic Bazaar, because Magic Bazaars are very good. But, ooh. Okay, these are serpents. They're still resistant against magic, though. So, definitely, like, warriors, rogues, of all things. Basically, melee combatants. I need melee combatants to fight the dragons. Plus, maybe a little bit of extra oomph here and there from other things. There are a lot of serpents coming in. It's a little bit obnoxious. Alright, so far, so okay. We're gonna grab Sacred Heal. I feel like we're gonna need it. He's probably going to destroy the inn. That's probably fine. This might be another mission where we recruit dwarves. I am still wanting to try to, like, provide a variety of, like, heroes. I don't want to be using the same heroes time and time again. But there's gonna be missions that force me into a certain archetype, and this feels like it's gonna be one of them. Because all of these dragons, they're best dealt with archers and warriors, basically. And preferably not dying, but my heroes seem to be failing that right now. Nice. All of my warriors are now dead. You know who's not dead? My clerics. It's a little bit dire, but I still think we're okay.
Be gone.
We still have our guardhouses. We have a couple of guardhouses here. That'll help protect us. We just need to not lose all of our warriors immediately. I'd really like to build this, but I don't think the game's going to allow me to do that right now.
I trained to serve.
Alright, let's bring back some of our warriors. As long as our warriors are backed up with healers, we should be okay. The problem is when they get overextended. And also I need mana potions.
One day I'll lose a fight, but not today.
A reward for my toil.
Hit him with that heal juice. Yeah, alright.
I'll lose a fight, but not today.
Nice.
A reward for my toil.
Give me a hand.
The clerics will also be useful against the undead, but I'm not seeing a lot of undead on this mission. Just the skeletons from the graveyard. Oh boy, he's back. Is he just going to come in every now and then and kill all of my heroes?
It's still
That could be quite obnoxious. Yeah, so he comes in, he's annoying for a couple minutes, and then he leaves. Not even a couple minutes. Okay. That's tolerable. I can maybe deal with that. There we go. We have all of our warriors back. Hopefully they'll be smart and buy healing potions now. Yeah. Yeah, smart.
Give me a hand.
I don't... Ooh. You're cutting it close there, buddy. Of course, yeah. The big problem with the warriors is that they can't run away from the serpents.
In the name of the sovereign.
Because the serpents have a ranged attack. Are they beasts? No, they're magical creatures. Okay. They should be fine there.
Hold your majesty.
Please don't destroy my tower. I need that. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're a gentleman and a scholar, Rafnir.
Gotten tired.
Lost our... Oh, we lost our N. Ah, no big loss there. I mean, the N could be useful to, like, make sure that this doesn't happen. It's a fair point.
Give me a hand.
But also, like, they could just not...
Train.
They could just not be dumb. They could just not be dumb. That's another thing. You know, they could be smart about it. No.
Hi-ho.
No bot. No free viewers at freeviews.com. That's illegal.
Middle name.
I don't think Danger is your middle name, Sir Dean Knightley. I don't think it is at all. I think he's lying. Let's build a Rogues Guild. Sorry, I forgot how to speak for a second. Don't mind me. Snake's Nest. This rare but deadly flying serpent of Ardania, Vipera... Oh no. Vipera volitia ardaniae, makes its home in the coconut-strewn nests of the Ardanian swallow. Sounds like the Ardanian swallow is gonna have a bad time.
Give me a hand.
I don't know if recruiting rogues is a good idea now. They're just going to get killed.
Prepare to die.
Solar Plexus Kick. Decreasing melee attack ability. Stun. Inflicts small damage. Applies effect running from moving. That's really good. Wow. Okay. You know what? Rogues are cheap. I could throw rogues at my problem.
Which is my path?
Here, let's build a blacksmith. I feel like building a blacksmith over here is going to be the best idea. I'm afraid to build anything up here because that's just where the dragon is attacking from. That's where Rafnir lives. Rafnir lives on the north side of my base. I just have to kind of assume that that's the case. Oh, they spawned 3? Ooh, they've spawned 3. That's gross. Well, that explains why we're constantly getting swarmed by serpents. I mean, overall, our warriors are doing okay. Oh, hey, Zipophorus, how are you doing? Sorry about that.
My ambition has paid off.
Especially if you pair them with a barbarian.
My ambition
Yeah.
has paid off.
Sorry, I was just so... I get so focused on the game, sometimes I forget that you guys in chat over there exist. That's my bad. I don't mean anything by it, I promise. Lauren, hey, how's it going? Pro move is to use a librarian. Do we? I mean, we're kind of limited here. There we go. So I was reading a little bit about, like, strategy in Majesty 2. A lot of people just spam rogues because of how cheap they are. But I don't really like that idea. Here, we'll upgrade our things in the blacksmith. Yeah, see, this is why This is why the north part of our base is off limits. Because this guy is just here to ruin my day. Do you know how to use the Dewey Decimal System? Oh boy. A long time ago, I learned how to use the Dewey Decimal System. And then it was never relevant ever again. Because people stopped using libraries.
This ain't worth it.
And I don't mean that as a rag on libraries. It's actually kind of depressing. The state of libraries nowadays is unfortunate. Because unfortunately, like, a lot of people just don't go to the library anymore. They just look up books online. I still want a magic bazaar.
Is my path.
So even though I'm probably never going to build a wizard on this map, I'm gonna build a wizard's guild. I'm also going to work at destroying this snake's nest because I want to build this trading post. Sometimes I like to pretend that libraries are a myth just to mess with people, but you're right, it's that. So we actually still have a library in my hometown. It's very small. I haven't probably been in there in years, but you know, it's surprising that we still have a library here. Legitimately surprising. Because they're closing all over the place, unfortunately. And especially like this isn't, I'm not trying to be political here, but I'm gonna get a little bit political. Especially with like the prevalence of AI and AI online, I feel like, you know, governments everywhere basically should do more to preserve local libraries. And I don't think they will. I think they're just they're too excited with the whole AI boom right now that, you know, the libraries are probably just going to go extinct, probably within my lifetime. Unfortunately. And that's too bad. That is too bad. I want all of these upgrades. The Earth is shaped like a brand of car. Flat Earth theory. Yeah. We do have clerics that are close to level 10 or at level 10, so we can grab Holy Attack. Holy Attack is not going to be very useful against the serpents, but it will be useful against any kind of undead that crawls their way out of the graveyard.
My ambition has paid off.
Oh, it's Fiat. Oh, Fiat. You can't pull stuff like that on me, Zephophorus. I can barely read chat. I don't pay enough attention to chat as it is to catch, like, play on words like that.
Money. It still tests me.
Alright. What was I doing? We can grab weapon enchantment. I think that'll be useful. We're grabbing the trading post. I want to upgrade my palace so that I can actually get... Ooh, that is a lot of serpents. I want to upgrade my palace so I can upgrade my blacksmith so I can build a dwarven settlement and start building dwarven towers. That's what my game plan is. We'll see how well it works. Overall, our heroes are holding off fine, but sometimes big boy Rafnir here comes in and just decides to ruin somebody's day. Alright. Yeah, that's another thing. I want these towers up here to kind of distract him. That way he doesn't just, like, zone in on our heroes and kill them. That kind of sucks. Alright, let's see if we can get some heroes fighting these serpents before I lose my trading post. Alright, we actually have a bunch of heroes coming. That's good. 500 gold is a little bit much for a serpent, but I wanted to get people out here quick. Okay, alright. Our rogues are doing pretty good.
That's nice.
I think the reason our rogues are doing well against the serpents is because they can move in quick. And this is a lot of serpents. This is a lot. Alright. I mean, I think we're still okay. Serpents don't seem to be very powerful. There's just a lot of them. Alright, let's build the magic bazaar, shall we?
What a strange building, Your Majesty. The architecture is very ancient, but somehow familiar. I'm afraid I can't tell you much about it, but the old witch might know something of value.
Okay. Probably not relevant to the plot at all, right? I kind of want to upgrade these towers, but I'm reluctant to do so for fear that Rafnir is just going to come in and knock them down. It's a pretty big investment for something that somebody could just knock down. You don't find it worth it to upgrade the guard? Yeah, I was just talking about that. yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. We just had kind of the same wavelength. So, like, I can upgrade the tower for 300. And it gets, what? It's like 100 and 250 more HP. And it does more damage. And I think it gets an upgraded guard, but I could be wrong about that. Like I said, though, my fear is that Rafnir, the big angry dragon, is just going to swoop in and knock them down. So, I might be fine with this one and this one. I definitely don't think I want to upgrade this one unless I know that I can defend it. Alright, let's grab the Rabbit Speed Potion. Very valuable potion. That might be the best potion in the game. Increases movement speed. It's very good. And, yeah, then we're going to work on upgrading our palace. It gets an extra guard. It's been a long time since you played. I don't know. It still says 1 of 1, so it must not be an extra guard. It might get a stronger guard, though. Let's see. Yeah, see. That's what I was worried about. Just with this tower instead. Is it the Royal Guard? No, the Royal Guard is from... You know, it may just be more HP. If you like Weird Al, you should look into the movie Up. I don't mind Weird Al, but I haven't looked at a lot of his stuff in recent memory. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've looked up into anything Weird Al related. I'm so scared for this trading post. Where are these even coming from? They're coming off the edge of the map, I think. I may have to build a tower over here to deal with that. Just the occasional enemy coming in. Alright, all of those require level 3. I can start working on some of these high-level upgrades. There's so many serpents coming in. Alright, let's get... What is this? Is this a ranged attack, or is this a magical attack? I would have to think that it's a magical attack. Flying serpents. I think they're considered magical attacks. Oh, hello, Rafnir. So, let's grab protection against magic attacks. Yeah. Oh, that's where the library. Okay, I understand. I got you. I'm not well versed in references. Not like I used to be. I just don't have time anymore. Adulting is hard. I hate being an adult. I wish I was a kid again. Alright, we're already upgrading our palace. That's good. I'd like to upgrade this. We have to wait for it to be repaired first. But we can upgrade the Warriors Guild for now. Yeah, you mentioned Barbarian, and I'm in here like, where's the Temple of Crom? I don't think we can build it this mission. Alright, let's do melee attack, Elixir of Ogre Strength. Yeah, we're focusing heavily on melee combat right now. It's also an older movie. I don't know how old you are, other than at least 30. At least 30 is a correct assumption. Yeah. And my memory isn't the air-tacked collection of information that it used to be either. I find myself forgetting more and more. I'm such an old man with a poor memory. No, I'm not that old. I just I get distracted easily nowadays. Alright, so we got our blacksmith upgrading. That means it's time to go into Dwarf Boys. Howdy, I'm Kratos. Let me guess, the god of ore. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ukulele. Ah, ukulele. A Banjo-Kazooie-like game. Gaming for nearly... Oh yeah, I do have that in my description. I should probably change that to 3 decades at this point. I think I made up that blurb a few years ago, and I think if I want to be more accurate, it would probably be 3 decades. Time flies when you're having fun, or something like that. All right, let's build a dwarf guild. We're gonna put it down here, and. So many things coming from the north. I may just build a couple of dwarf towers up here. I'm gonna have to, probably. There's so much stuff coming in from the north. You recounted the same story yesterday in some Twitch chat. Yeah, I'm familiar with the God of War series, Zephophorus. I've never played it, or at least... I think a long time ago I played some of the older God of War games, but I was never really a PlayStation guy, so it's only recently that the opportunity to potentially play any God of War game has come up to me, because I believe the newer ones are available on PC. Alright, let's start getting these rogue upgrades, shall we? First time you caught yourself using the word decade to refer to a memory. I thought of as recent, high school. This is the last time, this is the first time I used the word decade. It was actually relatively recently. You also realize that that memory was itself a decade ago. Yeah, probably... It was when I was starting to work, not the current job that I have, but the last job, where I started referring to things as decades in reference to myself. It's relatively recently, like the last 6 or 7 years. Oh, hello, Rapnir. You're gonna knock over my tower again? He sure is. That rapscallion. He's like a cat. He just comes in, he knocks something over, and then he runs away. The brat? so we want to get those upgrades. I want to get these upgrades. I want to get this upgrade. We should probably get Elixir of Stone Skin just to be safe. And we can get all the healing. Probably come up to the point where the memory is a decade old, but honestly, I no longer remember the specifics of either of them. Time blurs. Yeah.
Hold your majesty.
That's kind of like, I don't know. That's kind of the nice thing about me starting to stream gaming as an older person. Like, I'm not like, I don't want to call myself an older person in my 30s, my mid-30s, but like, at the very least, like, let's say I keep streaming for 30 years, hypothetically. You know, we don't all die in a nuclear apocalypse. We continue on, we stream, we do YouTube, we do whatever. Streaming, like, I'll have these memories to look back on. As Twitch, though, we know what you mean. Yeah.
Are you gonna eat that?
Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Yeah, like, I'll be able to look back on, like, everything that I did for YouTube and Twitch and be like, yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. I'm just going to build as, like, 3 Dwarven towers up here, and I'm going to hope that's going to solve some of these problems. I don't know if it will or not, but right now I'm just being pressured from the north so hard that... Well, I mean, you can see the way my kingdom is shaped. It's shaped where, like, the most important building of my kingdom is also the most exposed, which is probably not a good idea. But yeah, like, even, like, going back a year, because I've been streaming regularly for almost a year now. I think it will be a year in July. Well, I think I poked around a little bit with streaming earlier, but I'm streaming consistently for a year. It is the most defensive. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad setup, and the castle can take a lot of hits. But yeah, even, like, going back and watching some old clips from, like, Voices of the Void, or my playthrough of the first Majesty, I actually loaded up some of my, like, earlier gameplay videos on YouTube the other day, and, like, it was fun to listen back to those things. Now, it wasn't, like, to the point where I was forgetting those things. Like, I didn't forget about what happened a year ago. But, like, I could definitely see how, like, you could use this as, like, a way to remember your gaming experiences. It's kind of an interesting concept. I don't know if I really have heard people talk about that idea before. Like, it's not really immortalization because, like, I don't expect YouTube or Twitch to last forever. Back in my days, there was only 151 Pokemon. The games were jank, the designs were uncreative, and we loved it. I actually still like the original Pokemon, maybe even a little bit more than the newer ones. Of course, I'm a little bit biased because I haven't actually played a Pokemon game in several years. Maybe I'll do that for the channel. I would have to figure out how to. Because I'd either have to, like, download a bootleg, which is illegal and you should never do, or found a way to like, buy a Switch and record from the Switch. Have you heard, or do you have an opinion of the Majesty-inspired game coming up called Lysaria? No, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Fantasy Kingdom Sim. RTS inspired by Majesty, where you guide heroes with indirect control. Huh. I'm just letting my kingdom burn while I'm, like, checking the internet for random things. We'll be fine. Co-op and multiplayer included. So, looking at the screenshots,
To build or to
it
bag?
definitely seems very, I guess, Majesty 2 inspired.
Tax collector.
I haven't really looked at it though. This is like I said, this is the first time I've heard of it. Huh. Apparently there's a playtest? Interesting. Oh, they just had a playtest that's now finished.
Tax collector.
Happy to serve.
I like the idea of Majesty. I do. I like I like the indirect control. I like that like characters have like their own things that they want to do. And I think it's a very good idea, and I'm sad that nobody has explored it. So I'm cautiously optimistic. And I could definitely see how somebody could turn that into a very good game. I think the biggest problem with Majesty 2, and I mentioned it earlier, but like I just don't feel like it has as much charm as the original, and I'm not really sure why. Like, even ignoring all of the technical issues I've had with Majesty 2, which there's been a few, it just, like, I don't know, the charm isn't there quite as much as it was with the original, and I'm not really sure why that's the case. Like, I can't put my finger on it. Some of the dialogue is pretty funny. Some of the little lore blurbs, which I've been trying to read all of them, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a grindy game, to be fair. I mean, it's what I expect from a Majesty game. I still remember playing through Legendary Heroes for almost 4 hours trying to grind out a win on that stupid map. I will never not be bitter about that. Let's destroy this elemental seat. Shall we? But I think we're doing pretty good. We should probably start looking at getting a little bit more map control, taking out these snake nests so we're not just constantly fighting back, and starting to push out a little bit. Like, we need to figure out where these minotaurs are coming, because these minotaurs could actually be kind of dangerous. I think we have enough, like, melee combat-y people right now. And we could always get Stone Skin. Just talking about higher messages. Oh, Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played a Pokemon game in a long time. You guys gonna be okay? No. No, she is not going to be okay. R.I.P. Festilda, the alley. We'll bring you back with the magical powers of throwing money at the problem. Alright, I do feel like we are being less pressured now, and that's very good. I don't really know if I want to research any more blacksmith upgrades. I mean, we have mostly fighty heroes. Let's build the Hall of Lords. We can maybe get some high-level heroes coming in. Not really a good place to put it. I guess we could put it over there. How much is it going to cost to bring her back? 550. Nice. At least it's pretty cheap to bring back high-level rogues. I was going to say characters as a whole, but it's really just rogues. Oh, we lost a dwarf. That's not great. Oh, he got crushed by these lightning elementals. Pokerogue, completely free browser Pokemon roguelite. It's up to date and has the old pixel art style. Ah, okay. Yeah, there's always Okay, yeah, no, I gotcha. I don't know if I would dive into that, mostly because I'm unfamiliar with the legality of it. I mean, we know how vigorously Nintendo is going after Pal World, and that doesn't even use the same the same critters, the same Pokemans. Unless it's just like the visual representation is similar, and it hasn't been hit yet. It's the yet that I'm worried about. Okay. So let's bring back our dwarf buddy. 2,800. Ugh. All right. For a level 7 dwarf, it's worth it. Yeah. Yeah, it might be something I could look into in my free time, but definitely for like a recorded content for the channel, or especially Twitch, it's probably not something that I would delve into. Here, let's grab Sir Blood Knightly. Let's grab Alanta of No Pain. She's level 20? She's level 19. She's almost level 20.
Where does duty call?
And honestly, I think I just want to grab, like, you know, the same things that I already have. I grab another healer. I think that could be very good. Even though our healers aren't really the damage dealers in this map, they're just keeping our melee characters alive. And then maybe Zevzim here could also get his time in the sun. For now, though, I want to destroy this snake's nest, and I want to get over here to this trading place. So let's go ahead and put a bounty on this lightning elemental. And we'll go from there. Rafnir, could you leave, please? You're making me super nervous. Huh. That slow poison actually does a lot of damage. Huh. I'm kind of impressed. Kind of. Like, everything else is, like, doing 1 point of damage when it hits him. But that slow poison is doing 5. That's really good. Interesting. Alright, we'll build that. We're also going to... That's not my thing. Also put a dwarven tower out here. And I don't have any money for a protection flag. But if we extort, now we do. Nice. Here, we'll just keep a couple characters out there to guard that while they're building. It's almost always worth it. Well, I mean, we're at 5,000 gold to build a dwarven tower now. It's probably not worth it to build any more dwarven towers, but it's usually worth it to build towers around your trading places because they make so much money. Like, every single time you get a caravan, it's several hundred gold in the bank. And I don't think it's multiplied like it was in Majesty 1, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. Alright. I think we're getting close to the point where we can actually go speak to the witch. See what she needs. See what she wants. I definitely don't think it's worth it to build another Cleric's Guild, but if we can get a Lord in, I think that'll be good enough. Alright, that's almost done. That is done. I can probably get rid of this. Nah, we'll just leave it run out. There's only 2 heroes guarding it.
My ambition has paid off.
Okay, let's try to scout. I don't know, let's try to scout like over here maybe. We'll bring in a wizard. A wizard, that's not a wizard, that's a cleric. It just takes peasants forever to go over and make but repairs. Yeah, it does. It's one of the reasons why I kind of miss gnomes and dwarves repairing and building, because it did make life so much easier. The good news, though, is that Rafnir cannot destroy these dwarven towers.
Someone is seeking my knowledge once again. Too young, what a pity. I know. You want to hear how to kill Rafnir. There's a way. But first, you'll have to do 3 quests for me.
Oh no.
First, you must destroy the Minotaur's pyramid. Second, you must destroy their other pyramid. And third, you must destroy their 3rd pyramid.
Oh no, it's an MMO
Yes,
quest.
I am aware that they're pretty much all the same task. But if I told you to destroy all their pyramids, I'd have to think of 2 other things for you to do, and I'm a busy witch.
You know, she makes a fair point. She makes a fair point. Alright, so we have to destroy the pyramids. We're going to destroy the snake nest first, though. Maybe you were just doing it wrong. No, I don't think you were doing it wrong. It does take a long time for these peasants to wander over and repair things. There's not really any way to make that easier in this game. I know in Majesty 1, you could build outposts, which also produces villagers. You could also just, I guess, have your peasant homes naturally expand out in that direction, but that's a lot of work. Yeah, they're just slow boys. They're just slow boys.
Try my best.
Alright, we're almost to the point where we can recruit our high-level Dwarf Lord. So that'll be pretty nice. Let's go ahead and get this other elixir. It's not really going to be useful. The clerics really don't do a lot of damage, but it'll be used. I guess the same thing goes for this, too. I do want these, though. Faith Restoration applies mana healing over time. Very nice. And Hammer of Faith, which is a pushback ability. Seems like it could be good. I don't know if it is or not. But yeah, I don't think we need the range protection or the ranged attack. We just don't have any of those heroes or enemies on the map. Like, it's just all Minotaurs and Serpents. Have you read the messages? Oh.
Which is my path?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zipporus. Thanks for keeping me honest. Alright, so Zipporus says you were reading something about the legality, and it said that even if they hit the game, they have no right to hit any content creator, and that's... So here's the thing. Like, I understand that, companies don't have the right to hit content creators, but they do. They may not have the right to do it, but that doesn't stop them from doing it. And while somebody larger, more popular than myself, may not have a problem, like, contacting YouTube or, like, funding legal disputes, I don't have that base. So if I lost my YouTube channel at this point, I would just kind of be SOL. YouTube or Twitch, honestly. And yeah, Lauren said that he's always had a problem with upgrading trade posts, drawing aggro, and adding towers on top. Didn't seem to help enough to justify their cost. Yeah, I get it. There's a stream category, people stream it. Not that that means anything. Plus, it just takes... Okay. I think I'm caught up. I'm sorry. I don't have an easy way to read chat. I have to look back and forth from my monitor to my other monitor where the chat is. Normally that seems like it works, but when there's a lot of chat and discussion, I do have a tendency of missing things, and that is my bad. I try my best, but my best isn't always enough. I'm not used to a lot of conversation in my chat. Yeah, no, there is, like, a point where it's not worth building trade posts, because, like, let's just take an example out here. I don't know how I would defend this trade post out here. I don't know how I defend this trade post at all. All right, let's deal with these Minotaur lairs, shall we? We'll drop 1,000. We'll take them out one at a time, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, like smaller.
Your Majesty, this rock is indeed the dragon Rafnir's lair.
That's actually really cool
My
looking.
advice, based upon a lifetime of experience, leave it be.
Leave it be.
They aren't exactly the friendliest of creatures in ordinary circumstances. Destroy their homes, and they're apt to act even more ferocious.
Yeah, so what he's saying is if we destroy his home, he's not going to retreat. He's just going to try to kill us. All right, the Cape of Rafnir is a museum displaying a fascinating collection of various weapons, armors, and bones of would-be dragon slayers. It looks a little bit small for him. But hey, I'm not going to judge. If he wants to live in a tiny house, he can live in a tiny house. Oh, we have an elemental coming in? That's kind of gross. I am going to upgrade the Wizard's Guild, mostly for Ice Prison. Man, that peasant got wrecked. Okay, this is not the 2v1 that I hoped for. Okay, Rafnir's going home. That elemental should go down, and those rats aren't a problem. I should be okay upgrading this guardhouse now. I think we're relatively... That's a lot of Minotaurs. Yeah, you get out of there. Look at that elixir of rabbit speed go. Quite zoomy. Yeah, I should be good upgrading this guardhouse when I get the chance. We'll grab Ice Prison. All right. We do have a bunch of Minotaurs now wandering around. That's okay. They're allowed to. You know, I think this trade place is a trap. Like, let's play hypotheticals here for a second, yeah? Let's say I get all the way out here, kill all these Minotaurs, manage to build the trade post. The trade caravan's gonna take this road, and it's going to take it the whole way down right past Rafnir's lair, and then slowly go down to the marketplace. I don't think I'm ever going to see a trade caravan from this trade post. And one of our heroes just got eaten by Rafnir.
Happy to serve.
Womp womp. And of course it was a rogue. Yeah, you don't want to presume you're just talking things. I get it. Yeah, feel free to talk. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't mind you, like, drawing attention to things that I missed in chat, too. Because, like I said, I can be pretty distracted sometimes, especially when I'm playing a game. We'll grab those guys, and we'll bring back our rogue here. There we go. Really wish you wouldn't just run into combat, but I guess she has to steal from a grave, so that's okay. Alright, so we should have heroes destroying this Minotaur period now. Nice. Yeah, they should be fine. I think I'm going to monkey around with the inn. I played around with this idea in the past, and I've had mixed experiences. So the idea behind the inn is that you get a bunch of heroes in a little party, and they kind of stick together. But they also are in a party and they stick together, which means they're not wandering the map like a normal hero is. Which means they're very good at like going out and doing things, but they're not good at like general defense. At least in my experiences.
Where does duty call me?
Gold, Your Majesty.
Why can I build an elven bungalow? Can I have both? Do they fight each other? I don't remember ever being able to build both of them. I always thought you were disallowed to build the one, but I might just be thinking of, obviously I'm thinking of Majesty 1. Huh. Hold on a second, I'm definitely not Googling this. Elves and dwarves. Huh. I've heard that sometimes elves sometimes cast root spells on dwarves and refuse to buff them. Interesting. So there's not actually any drawbacks to having both. Interesting. I kind of figured that they would just, like, hate each other and fight or something. But if I built elves, I'd have to get all the ranged upgrades, and I don't really know if I want to do that for just one group of heroes. Let's get a heal down on her real quick. Definitely want to destroy the snake nest. I'm starting to notice a lot fewer snakes around now that I'm actually starting to take out all of their nests. They're still spawning along the edges of the map. I think a lot of these serpents, especially the ones coming from the south, are just kind of spawning in from the edge. But, yeah, we're doing a good job. Now, my big fear right now is something like this. But fortunately, both Rafnir and Cerbillum here are too focused on their own respective tasks to care about each other. And that's okay. Ooh. Another trade place, you say? I don't know if I can defend that. I mean, I have so much money at this point. Do I really need another trade place? I don't think so. Let's grab lightning bolts. None of those spells interest me. Let's see if we can get a adventuring party going, shall we? Let's see. Our lord here will be the leader. And we can add a few more. I don't think I want any rogues here. I think I want mostly warriors. I want to have, like, maybe, like, 2 healers and 2 fighters, something like that, maybe. I think that'll be good. Let's do that.
If I must.
So now, if we click on our on Kiara here, I can see all of their party, and they'll stick together. Nice. Okay. So now I have to, like, time this right, because I need to attack the Minotaur Pyramid, but I don't want to do it while Rafnir is wandering around. No, I just upgraded that guardhouse. Don't. Okay. Okay, we're fine. I was just about to say, like, I just upgraded that guardhouse thinking it was safe. Don't destroy it. That's mean. All right, let's go up and destroy this real quick. Or try to, anyhow. I'm not sure how much luck we'll have. We'll also put a couple more exploration flags around. Something like that. I think that'll be good. So we have a bunch of rogues going after the Minotaurs. I'd like some real heroes. Let me phrase that better. I want some tanky heroes that can actually fight, or fight better. I want not rogues. I want not rogues to fight. Now, I guess the drawback here is that because I picked Tiara as the party leader, although it may not necessarily be a bad thing, they're probably just going to hang around the base and defend, because that's kind of the attitudes of the cleric. And I think they do what the party leader asks them to. You know what? I guess they did okay. You killed the bull. Do I have to voice this, or do you have it voiced? Okay, it's not voiced, and I didn't get a chance to read it. Basically, visit the ancient temple. Something about a temple to a dead god. Something. Temple. Okay. It's so weird how some of the things in this game have voiced lines and others do not. It's actually kind of obnoxious, if I have to be honest. I'm speaking of
Gold, Your Majesty.
honesty. I'm tempted to build another Warriors Guild,
More gold, Your Majesty.
but I don't think I need to at this point. It's such... So this is kind of the weird dichotomy of Majesty 2, right? All of my heroes are super high level. It feels like a waste to spend resources to build another guild to just recruit level 1 warriors. It's weird. It almost feels like it's not worth it to build guilds after the early part of the game unless you're building, like, dwarves or one of the temples. And in that case, the heroes are kind of scaled in such a way to kind of entice you to build them. Like, dwarves are really powerful. When we get to temples are extremely powerful. You know, that kind of thing. Maybe building a Rangers Guild might be a good idea. Oh, I don't know. Does Rafnir count as a beast? I kind of doubt it. If all of the little serpents only count as magical creatures, I doubt that Rafnir will count as something different. Okay, the rogues are finally going out to explore those exploration flags. Oh no, we have to fight ghosts? There are ghosts the witch told you about. Well, he said something about them. These ghosts are weak to magic attacks. Nice. You need a longer mission to make it worth expanding your hero cap and have time to level the newbies? Yeah, basically. So I guess it's really nice that I have the clerics, right? Because the clerics will be really good against these ghosts. Or the rogues can just take a stab at them. Turns out, ghosts are still affected by bleed attacks and poison. Who would have thought? Neat. Man, there's another trade place up here? Wow. They're not playing games with the money on this map, are they? I think I have most of the lairs cleared, surprisingly enough. All right, well let's try to get some heroes over here to deal with these ghosts. As Rafnir just casually wanders back in. There is very clear parallels between this mission and Slay the Mighty Dragon from the original Majesty. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but they probably did. Alright, your heroes have killed off the ghost. Rafnir has lost his protection. Uh-oh. Not the protection. You're gonna have to put him down quick, though, if he's lost his protection. Who knows how many... I'm gonna stop that line of thinking now. Don't worry about what I was about to say. It's fine. Alright. We've gotten rid of that snake nest. I think we only have Rafnir to deal with. So Rafnir, without his protections, 100% resistance to magic, 50% resistance to melee attack, and 50% resistance to ranged attack. That's not bad. Did this game come with a mission editor? I believe it did. I think it did. I'll check before I end the stream, which we can probably do one more mission after this one. Also, I completely forgot, because the game doesn't tell you about it. So, during the last mission, from the Rat Boy, we got the Orb of Sidrian. So, that gets put up here, and we can use that. The Orb of Sidrian temporarily increases the amount of gold collected in the kingdom, and we can just use that. There's a cooldown. Including the results where Paradox talks about it, yeah. Like, there's a cooldown period, like you can only use one of these, and there's 4 total. But I am definitely going to continue to completely forget about this ability. Hey, Taylor, how's it going today? You enjoying your Friday?
My ambition has paid off.
Yeah, so does that increase... Yeah, so that increases all of our tax income. Not by a large amount. It's only like... I don't know, 10%? Something along those lines?
I just need to feel it again.
Settle down, dwarf. Alright, so Rafnir... We should be able to kill Rafnir now. Maybe. Did more Dead by Daylight with Shrine for a bit. Oh, nice! How did that go?
Behold your majesty.
To build or to bash?
I've played Dead by Daylight like once or twice since you started your series, and every single time it's gone horribly wrong. 50-50 on living and dying, yeah. Alright, so I can't freeze him, but he is taking a lot of damage from the towers. I wonder just how tunnel-visioned he is on attacking the castle. Like, if I built... So, I'm going to use a wizard tower because it's dirt cheap. And I just want to kind of experiment here. Like, if he's completely tunnel vision on the Royal Palace, we could just, like, line towers along his path, and they could absolutely destroy him. Is that a little bit cheesy? Maybe. I don't think my adventuring party has done anything since I organized them. Alright, Rafnir. Well, I guess there's a Minotaur here first. We'll have to test it next time. I wonder if there's another pyramid up here somewhere. The thing is, I want to be careful about destroying his lair, because I'm sure, like, once you destroy his lair, you're committed. He's probably just going to come in and attack you until either you're dead or he's dead. And I'm not quite sure if I want that fight just yet. He has a lot of HP. Let's see. Let's see if the wizard tower gets his attention. Is the wizard tower not in range? The wizard's tower is not in range. You know what? Let's build a regular tower then. This is way too much monkeying around. I should just go attack him. I should stop trying to play reindeer games and just declare war on him. Charge everybody in, attack him, and make him not alive anymore. So I know he's probably not going to attack this guardhouse while it's being built, because he seems to just like wander past it. Yeah. The question I have is, could I just build like a wall of towers up here and like lure him into it, like tower defense style? Could I tower defense Rafnir? That is the question.
Looks like good odds.
Because he seems to get pretty tunnel visioned on whatever's in my base.
My ambition has paid off.
And, you know, we do a little bit of damage to him. But then he runs away. Okay. This tower is not going to be done in time. Man, we did a lot of damage to him. Maybe we can just attack him. Maybe we can just kill him. Maybe I'm being too much of a big blubbering baby. Which I am, by the way. Alright, let's stop playing games, shall we? I say as I keep playing games. I am curious about this. This may not be important for this playthrough, but if anybody else is, like, curious as to whether Rafnir can be, like, attacked tower defense style, we're gonna learn. Okay, yeah, so turns out he will attack buildings that attack him. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's destroy this. Should I just attack him? Let's just put a 10,000 gold bounty on him. Because here's my fear, is that, like, I'm going to put a bounty on his cave. The heroes are going to destroy the cave, and then they're just going to go home. And they're not going to really focus on Rafnir. I'd like to do something like this. Maybe, like, put a bounty on him first, and then put a bounty on the cave. You get scared of the dark, indeed. Tally, you've watched my Voices of the Void series. You know just how spooked I get by scary things. And big angry wagons are very scary. Alright, so they should be able to take this guy out. I don't know if they'll take it down before Rafnir spawns back in. But, ooh, that's a lot of serpents. Okay, but we're fine. And then there's Ravnir. And everybody's ignoring him to attack the cave. Alright. Well, I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. And walking mannequins. The mannequins weren't bad.
Reward for it.
I wasn't that afraid of the mannequins. I warned you, sire, not to touch the Dragon Slayer too soon, but did you heed the words of your old advisor? Apparently not. And now Ravnir is angry. I mean, he's lost his magical protection, so we should still be fine. Yeah, I think I only got spooked by mannequins in that game once or twice, which is kind of impressive considering how many mannequins there were. All right, let's get rid of some of these rats with wings, shall we? There we go. I don't think we can do much damage to Ravnir himself, but that should prevent some of the collateral damage. So, I can't ice prison him. I can heal heroes that he's attacking if I see somebody's getting low. But it's easier said than done because of the way this game is. Okay, I can kind of just heal from here. It's not easy. And it does seem like there's like a bit of a cooldown on it. I could be wrong about that. Oh, is he attacking? Okay, he's not doing that much damage to the castle.
I want to buy something.
Oh, but we do have, like, a lot more serpents coming in. That's unfortunate. There we go, they're down. Run out of money if you're not careful? I probably will. Oh, I don't have my heal anymore. Uh-oh. That's not good. I mean, it's kind of all or nothing at this point, so I'm just kind of hoping that we get the all and not the nothing. Here, let's build the Cleric's Guild. Or rebuild the Cleric's Guild, I guess I should say. The problem is a lot of our, until we get our Cleric's Guild back up, our Clerics aren't doing anything. I think we got this, though. It's gonna be close. And this is doing, like, no damage.
Give me a hand.
No, we're so close.
Give me a hand.
No, I don't want to attack the... Oof. Okay. That was very close to going very, very wrong. Marvelous, sire. Mighty was the blow that chased a terrible dragonette from the skies. Legend shall be told of this day, your majesty. A feast for the ages. Your heroes are covered the mantle of Tevis. There's nothing royal about the smell. I'll have the service toss it in with the next wash. Ooh. That was very close to going very wrong. Losing the Cleric's Guild and our clerics going into the palace to hide because that's just kind of the default stance when you lose your guild. That caused a lot of problems. And then our heroes started dying. They started running away. We lost our Warriors Guild. If that had gone on any longer, that would have caused problems. Oh boy, that was scary. Who do we want to become a lord? We don't actually have very many options because most of the characters died. I guess we're gonna do a cleric this time. We just did a dwarf. Let's see. She has the highest intellect. Not the highest stamina. So technically Sabrina here has the most health. But Karis here has more magic. I don't think there's a wrong choice here. Except for Stumna. I think she's a wrong choice. Alright, let's go with Karis here. There we go.